Yes, guys, and a welcome from me, this is Championship Manager 0102, the World King Challenge Part 4. Myself and Matt, we have got to the end of Season 3. Are you ready for this? We've got to the end of Season 3. We haven't left yet. We've not left. Matt is still Manchester City. I am still Real Madrid. We've had a long discussion about it today, actually, about where this is going to lead. And maybe on the ODB game on Challenge that we moved around a lot, and I think it's fair to say we did. So, Matt has retained the Premier League. He has clinched it. There you see, a hat-trick of Premier League titles from Matt. Absolute phenomenal job, no doubt about that. And give him credit where it is due. Can't remember what else you might have saw in the last update, but we'll go from scratch. League Cup went to Matt. Matt's won his first domestic cup final, the domestic cup actually, because he's never got into a final. Beating Newcastle. More about Newcastle later on, but yeah, big result there, and he clinches the League Cup. The FA Cup goes to the other side of Manchester. Matt was absolutely thrashed in the final there. And he was absolutely disgusted. Hakimi being red carded certainly didn't help. But he was given quite a lesson there. I think the objective was always going to be to try and win a domestic cup. I think primarily win the league. So I think he'd rather have won the FA Cup than the League Cup for a couple of reasons. One, because it's the main important domestic cup. And B, because the League Cup is sort of like ages ago now. And this is still going to be quite a fresh wound. But that is that. Over to me. We have reclaimed the Spanish title, and you wouldn't believe, right, the way we've reclaimed it. 20 points clear, and Barcelona surrendered second in the last game of the season. But in all fairness to ourselves, we actually had a phenomenal sort of last 3 quarters of the season. The first quarter wasn't brilliant. We lost, we drew, we were thrashed at Barcelona. We drew the return game against Barca 1-1. So we then just managed to steer away from them. We did extremely well, and we have reclaimed the title, and domestic success is back at Real Madrid. With regards the Cup, well, we were looking for a hat-trick of the Copa del Rey, and it didn't happen. We drew with Atletico 1-1. I think it was a fair result, to be honest with you, in terms of, it was a fair result. But the penalties, this really fucking angered me, right? All 4 penalties missed, and the worst part of it is, right, they're all good penalty takers. It's not as if they're, 22 for Mbappe, Bellingham, 23, Endrick, 17, Bastoni, what the fuck? 4 missed penalties. The first 3 is disgusting, really is fucking disgusted me. I didn't realise I brought him. Okay, and finally, the Champions League. The Champions League went to. Are you ready for this? It went to me. Ooh, you didn't expect that, did you? And look who we beat in the final. We beat Barcelona in the final, and of course that was it was that game that really won us the Champions League. Let's be honest. We won the first leg 2-0 at home. And then we went to Manchester City. Now, in all fairness, right, I've got to show you the second leg. The second leg, it was 2-0 at half-time. It was all square. And I said to Matt, right, on chat, game on. It was 2-2. It was all square. And then Bellingham's goal, really, that was the away goal. Massive away goal. And then Vinicius Jr. on the 82nd minute, put the game beyond reach for Matt. So we've clinched our first Champions League at Real Madrid. To my delight, it really was to my delight. Barcelona, I was happy to take Barcelona in the final. We did beat them in the equivalent Charity Shield. What do they call it? The Super Copa, something like that. Is that what they called it in January? Super Copa, there it is. We beat Barcelona, and we have made a hat-trick of those, the Charity Shields. With regards to Charity Shields, let's talk about Matt's Charity Shield. He lost actually, the Community Shield. He's actually only taken 1. Matt was also involved, let me remind you, in the Super Cup against Chelsea. And he's got a hat-trick of those as well. And also, of course, Matt was also in the World Club Cup, which he did win it this time around. Yeah, he did win it. He beat Corinthians, having... let me just think now then. That weren't him, was it? That weren't him in Season 1. 23, 24, yeah. So, well, he won it. It was him, what we're talking about. He was in it. He won it season 1. I remember season 2. So, I mean, these competitions, for me, they're not really important. For me, the important competitions is the league, followed by the Champions League, followed by the domestic cup. Now, of course, not every country has 2 domestic cups like England. So, for me, personally, it's about the main domestic cup. But it's not a massive issue. It's predominantly leagues. So, we've got a new signing coming in at Real Madrid at the end of the season. We've got some bids going in all over the place. Matt, you can now see some of the bids that I've got going in. Yes, we've put a bid in for Trent Arnold. Diaby, we've got some big bids going in. We've got a bid going in here for... oh, God, who is it? Mikhail Gora. That is, and I'm pretty certain it is, it's a Lewandowski regen. And he will join, of course, the Ronaldo regen. That didn't really make it this season. He never really made it. He picked up a little bit, but we moved Mbappe back up top. Matt, I'm going to trust you. You're not going to go stream snipe with those players that I've just gone to. Let's go to Matt and see who Matt has got coming in. Now, there's two particular players that Matt's got coming in that he beat me to. One of which is Joseph Lukic, and he's getting better and better. That is, of course, Modric regen. So he's looking really, really good indeed. And he's also got this guy here, Desire Dugout. Looks an absolute fucking beast, but he did beat me to him, so Matt's got to obviously maintain him. And in terms of other players that's got come in, he could still pull out these other deals though. Mark Gui, now, in the event he pulls out Mark Gui, and I don't think he will, I have added a Gui to my shortlist in the event he might pull out. He didn't beat me to him, I didn't go for him. I like the look of him. Matthias de Ligt, what a player, de Ligt. Already an incredible defensive lineup at Matt's Man City. And of course, De Bruyne is going to Barcelona. What a season De Bruyne has had, 21 assists, but he was out of contract and he is going. He's also getting rid of Dario Sarmiento, and it looks like he's selling that guy there. Yeah, he's selling that guy there. Now, on the subject of assists here, I've got to show you this guy, right? You may recall there's a player I got him on my solo game, and I brought him on this game, and it was a bit of a punt because I said to Matt, I'm taking a punt because he's hit over 30 assists for me in one season. Look at that season, 29 assists. What a fucking player he's been for me on the left wing. He's done absolutely incredible. It's hard to say who's been the most incredible player for me this season because Jude Bellingham, he started out absolutely dynamic and he's finished pretty dynamic. Not, his first half was more remarkable. 26 assists, 33 goals, 8-2-4. Valverde, he equally has done really, really well, as you can see. Vinicius Jr., another one that's done really well. And of course, the most obvious one is Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, 56 in 57. The last game of the season, he came and scored four goals. So an absolute remarkable season from him. Very, very happy with that. In terms of Matt's best player, I think I'm going to guess it's going to be Haaland, isn't it? Haaland, yeah. I mean, 73. I would expect Haaland to clean up on the awards. He's had a much better season this campaign than last. There you see, 3 more games, but a lot more goals. What a fucking season he has had. He's done really well. He's in need of a rest. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it took its toll with Matt. Hakimi's done really, really well. 18 assists. Rodri just gets better and better. De Bruyne, we spoke about De Bruyne. Incidentally, Barcelona, we said Barcelona are getting De Bruyne. They're also getting a player ahead of me. They managed to land Estivo. I was a little bit pissed off, a little bit angry. So they're doing some business, Barcelona. They've got Undev coming as well. Estivo, Artur Fernandez. I don't know if he's any good. No, he's fucking shockingly shit. Looks like they've got an offer in then. Oh no, it's not an offer. They've got that guy right. They've got that right back coming in. So they've been busy. They've been really, really busy. And Barcelona, should that job come vacant, I truly believe if I'm still at Man City, if I'm still at Real, Matt may consider it. I can't see it coming though, to be honest with you. Unless Xavi moves, who knows? Who knows what might come available? In terms of me and Matt, of course, let me remind you, our ages. We are all 60. We are both 60 years of age. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Basic language Slovak. Well, they got that right, didn't they? The fucking hell. What the fuck am I Slovak for? Okay, I've got to go and check Matt now, haven't I? Got to go and check Matt. Well, Matt's not. What the fuck? They're calling me a Slovak. They're calling me an Arabic almost. Why don't they just go the full hard and call me something really bad? Right, so that is it then, guys. We did make, actually, incidentally, we actually had to have a bit of a fire sale. We went into debt. By about £3 million. We've managed to recoup that now because we sold a few players, and Jonathan David, of course, went for big bucks. And of course, Matt went down to only £9 million in his bank. But as you all know, if you tick the patch, season ticket money, on season 1, it does work, but it isn't brilliant because what happens is you get it in April. And so it makes no difference really. In theory, you get it in April. There you see. I'm hoping to still get a little bit more though. Hopefully we'll get a bit more money. But yeah, you get it in April, so you won't get anything in June, July, August, anything like that. It comes in April. So season 1 you'll get it, but you'll get it in April, which actually don't help because that's no different than getting it the following July. You know, it makes no difference in theory, but it's not here or there, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's it, guys. That is where we're at then. The World King carries on. Till next time, take it easy.